Welcome to Suburban DIY. My name is Rich. It is the end of November. It is a busy season for us here in the low desert, and we're working on a project back here in our food forest. I'll tell you all about it. One of our many projects this winter is here in the food forest, where I'm standing next to these three olive trees. This one we planted about 5 years ago. These two, 4 years ago. We're expecting that we'll see some vegetation on this guy this coming spring. So you'll see that as I'm holding them, they lean a lot. We put this trellis around it. The intent behind it was just to grow it up tall and give the plant some room, because I did plant things close to each other because we don't have a lot of room back here. But what happens is during the monsoons in the summer, some other windstorms, this starts to bend, and you'll see it's bending way too much, meaning this trellis isn't working anymore. We need to do something different. So we had a lot of choices. We can attach them to the wall to keep them straight. We can put in round posts. We can put in T-posts. But what we decided to do was go probably a little bit too overboard, or maybe too engineered. But we bought 4x4s, and rather than just putting the 4x4s in the ground as posts and keeping them raw wood, we put a design element to them so we can make it look nice. That's the objective. I hope you like what you see here too. It's challenging to have a food forest here in the low desert in the Phoenix Valley. The reason it's challenging is because of the summer. It's just so hot that it's difficult for plants to thrive. But we use three different things to go ahead and create a microclimate. We put shade on the walls with leaves and other trees. We put sunshades over the top, especially to block the western sun in the summer. But here on the ground, we put this woody mulch. I've got about 3 to 4 inches here. We might even put in more come this next summer. But the reason we do this is because not only does it help regulate the temperature, it keeps the ground cool in the summer and it keeps it warm in the winter. It holds the moisture, and it also prevents weeds from growing up. We want to be able to put our posts about at least 2 feet in the ground. So we'll need to remove all of this woody mulch first, and then 2 feet from there. We may go a little bit deeper. We'll know as we begin the journey. Thanks again for joining. One of the things that we always put into practice is that whenever we're taking up any of the woody mulch or rocks or anything like that, we try to separate, because especially the woody mulch breaks down over time. So I have 1/4 inch plywood that I put on top of this wheelbarrow, and I just move them around, and I keep the bigger chunks, the woody mulch, on top, and the soil drops down to the bottom. So this way, when we put it back together, we'll put the soil down first. In fact, we'll need some of this soil to pack in around the posts that we're putting in for the trellis. So I don't know if you can see all that on camera, but there's a lot of dirt that has made it through this 1/4 inch hardware cloth, and it's got the bigger chunks, the rocks, bigger woody mulch that's out of it. We're in our 7th year of the food forest. You'll see I scraped away just the very top surface of the soil. You'll see our irrigation lines here, and they're kind of a little buried. Here's a 5/8 tube to a 1/4 inch drip line. I'm going to put the post right about here, so we need to kind of move these a little bit. But check out that soil. It's freaking awesome. Let's dig it. The plan is to dig at least 24 inches, if not deeper. So I've got a 3.5-inch square 4x4 post, and to get down deeper, I'm going to use my hammer drill, and I've got a 4-inch auger that I can attach to it. Let's use this. Yeah. Now we're talking. So this is the part of the post that'll go into the ground that I showed you earlier. What I put on the bottom here, this is some dry lock for cement, but we had some left over, just a little bit in the can, so I went ahead and I used it on the bottom. We're about 25.5 inches, maybe 26 inches deep, and from there, I want to come up a bunch because I've got that woody mulch that goes on top of the soil line. So I'm estimating about 5 inches. We're going to come up to 30 inches with this. So this will give us a couple of inches up over the ground. This is a post saver, and it's heat. It's a heat protector. We'll wrap it around it, and we'll see how this does. Never used it before, but researched it, and it sounded like it was something for us. So let's give it a shot. The instructions say is to be 2 inches above the soil line, but I went higher because I've got the woody mulch about 3 to 4 inches. So we're about 26 inches deep, and if we put 4 inches of mulch, we're an inch over. I think that looks good. Let's get some dirt in this and make sure it's plumb. All right, looking good. Now we're going to turn our attention to the pomegranate. So you'll see the pomegranate's got kind of a flat top. That's because of the sunshade during the summer months. But you'll see that this pomegranate has really been leaning and it's filling out. It just needs to be released of that trellis as well. But you'll see the trunk there. And as we move up, you'll see how it continues to lean and it fills up near the top. So we want to put 2 posts in. We're going to put them out behind them down there. Let's get started. The posts are in. Next step is to straighten these guys out, put some bracing on them, and take these old plastic trellises off. If you'd like to see more videos on this topic, check out the Desert Garden and Food Forest playlist. Thanks for watching.